Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having an amazing day. So in that video that I did on the scam of requiring some $2 million clean room to do drive data recovery, I bought this little P-Track 8525. It is a particle counter, and when I bought this thing, I owned myself by showing that I had a worse rating in my store for particle counts than a retail CVS. So I'm one of those people that has my microfiber in his bag with a little UVEX spray bottle that cleans his phone before and after each use, keyboard, trackpads. So the idea that I was dirtier than a CVS destroyed me inside. So we've done much at the store to fix this so that we are now at an average of 200. Look at that. Go back down. Okay, fine. It was an average of 200 a second ago. So I replaced all the filters inside of this unit, which runs while we're not here. This can't run while we're here, or we'd all go deaf. I have every single person here vacuum every single portion of their station twice a day, including mine, and not just the station, but also not just the floor, but also the desks with the brush attachment. I've started to go around here because I realized that this is not really caulked well between the floor and the, why am I bending over? Back up there. That's not really caulked very well, so there are bugs that can get in there. There's a couple of holes in the wall that you could see. Some of them are, this building is from the mid 1800s, so there's a lot of fun stuff like that. So started caulking all that stuff. Replaced the filters over here with some MERV 13s. I don't even think these had a MERV rating. When I read the side of it, there was nothing. I also crawled inside of there. And got rid of all of the junk and the dust. This is before the back injury, and I got rid of all the nasty crap. There was a lot of shit that I vacuumed out of there. And I mop twice a day, beginning and at the end. And the result of it, look at this. Nice. Even with the filter turned off, 220, 250, 195. Pretty nice. Much better than before. Once this level gets up to 20 or 50,000, you can actually taste it. It messes with your breath in the air. I thought it'd be kind of fun to mess with this thing just a little bit, and I actually kind of want to walk around town and measure different places with it. I got excited when I bought this. It was very similar to when I first started messing around with the little laser measurer and going up to all these places to see what they were charging for square footage for rentals in Manhattan. I'm kind of curious what you would get if you solder. So for you people that don't use a fume extractor, I'm just kind of curious how much you're fucking your body up. Let's see. We got the 250 right here. And put a soldering iron right here. This is going to be fun. So what do you think solder is going to get? I'm going to grab a little bit of solder. Take a look. Oh God. So check this out. I haven't even put the solder to the iron, just the iron turning on and the residual solder on the end of it did that. And the instrument is over here while the iron's over here. So let's see what happens if I do this. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this all in view at the same time. Here we go. 3, 2. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Wow. So that's what you guys are doing every time you don't use a fume extractor. Jesus Christ. Well, let's see what happens if I turn the fume extractor on. I'm going to put it on high. Much better. Now watch this. Let's see what it does. Okay. Yeah. I shouldn't use that without the fume extractor. Let's see what we get. So we went from 200, now we have an idle of 1100 just because I did that shit. Now let's see what happens if I place this kind of where your nose may be, like up here, I think. This is kind of where your nose may be. Okay, never mind. I should have really got a stand or a prop for this. Your nose is going to be somewhere like this in your microscope, right? Close enough. See, you got your eyes, and then you have your nose, and then you have there's no smile. But then again, it's working at Rossmann Repair Group, so of course there's going to be no smile. I'm half kidding there. Okay, here we go. This is kind of a good simulation. So let's see what happens with the fume extractor. Not ideal, but still pretty good. Yeah, 1400, 1100, so it never really went above 14. Now I'm going to turn off the fume extractor. Now check it out. Yeah. So that is the difference between using a fume extractor and not using a fume extractor. When you're using a fume extractor, you'll have maybe 1,000 particles inside you. But when you're not using a fume extractor, you'll have 300,000 to 400,000 particles inside of you. I don't want 400,000 particles inside of me. As my personal trainer would say back in New York, pause. It's really tempting to just kind of walk around Austin and go into a bunch of different places and see what happens when I turn this thing on. Like, I'm gonna walk into my local Chase Bank and measure the particles. I'm gonna walk into my local sheriff's office, measure the particles. What do you think would happen if I walked into the sheriff's office holding a beeping instrument with a black handle that has a point on it? I think that could be fun. Restaurants, that would be a really fun one. So this would be an interesting way to rate restaurants. Which restaurants are the cleanest based on the particle count inside the restaurant? There are truly endless possibilities here when you have a ridiculously expensive toy and you have a ridiculously low level of maturity. It's the perfect combination to have all sorts of fun things happen. Anyway, the important thing that I had to let everybody know is that we are no longer behind you, CVS, because that's just embarrassing. This is my mat where I do my physical therapy after my physical therapy sessions. I have to do it at work, at home, like 6 to 10 times a day. These are my Attons. The rest I have left until the next delivery. We sold a bunch today. And then after that, I am never selling this shit again. I had to call a lawyer to figure out if I was going to owe like $30,000 on top of $24K I already paid, and it's just, nope. No thank you, I'm not doing that again. I am bipartisan, whether it's New York City claiming I owe $1.2 million in tax that I did not owe, or a Republican president that just didn't read Thomas Sowell's Basic Economics in high school. I don't care. Those little things like that are why I'm missing a good portion of my hair over the past 4 years, and I'm trying to live the type of life where I'm not missing my hair all the time from stuff like this. So yeah, you troll me once, that's about it. That's about it. I feel bad that I haven't responded to the email from this person. Kevin forwarded it to me. I'm sorry I haven't done that yet. This thing's awesome. Post a comment on this one and I'll pin it, I promise. I have like 3,000 emails that I haven't read through since hurting my back. But take a look at this. Look at this, isn't that cool? Somebody made this thing, thank you. I'm very sorry that I haven't gotten back to you yet. Very poor timing. But I will find your email. Look at that. That's my Blackberry. That's my kitty over there. Isn't she cute? Chris is in Europe right now getting another one of these. He's taking another class. He's really killing it with the drive stuff. He was very self-taught for a long time, and now he just goes to as many of these as humanly possible to suck up all the stuff he can. There's a new thing that I'm involved in, and I'm kind of excited about it. More so than I have been about some other stuff in like 3 years. So right to repair has been really important to me, but it's kind of under this general umbrella that I found of right to own. And you can't really make a law on that, but you can get the public made more aware of it, and that Consumer Action Task Force Wiki is a part of it, but there's also a lot more. That's really just the icing on the cake. There's the whole cake. That's the wrong analogy, isn't it? It's the start of something. I forget what it is. I got to get myself lunch so that I have a working brain, but this is going to be fun. So much stuff that I kind of wish I could tell you, but can't just yet. Probably not for several years, but the right to own. This is being worked on. We're going to make this a mainstream issue. We're going to get normal, average, everyday people to care about this. I'm going to try and work on that browser plugin where when you're on a website for a company that changes the terms of the sale and screws you over, doesn't allow you to modify what you own, that you get a nice little alert in your web browser. I did a poor job mopping, didn't I? That was a lazy-ass mopping job. I got to redo that. I'm going to work on actually funding that. And there's a few other projects that I'm really excited about. I kind of think this back injury is like the best thing that ever happened to me. I know it sounds weird, but I feel completely reset in a way that I haven't since 2019, honestly. I feel really excited. I wish it didn't take almost ruining my spine for that to happen, but I've been so much more engaged in everything, and I'm excited to show you guys what's going to be going on over the next 5 years. And in the meantime, maybe some particle counts. So around Austin, let me know where you want to have a $5,000 particle counter measure the particles. Where should I go? That could be another website, like a database of the particle count. No, that's ridiculous, but I kind of want to use this toy. It's here, and it's cool looking, and it has a handle, and it's light blue. Yeah, we can put in the comments. Where do you want to see measured in Austin? This will be fun. Anyway, see you next time. It's Friday night. I'm going to try and go have a life.